Hey, okay, so I said I wasn't going to do any more video right now until I got my microphone situation settled, and I think I did. I cranked up the volume on the webcam mic and I did some tests, so I think it sounds pretty okay. Hopefully, if anybody ends up watching the stream, they'll be able to tell me. I'm broadcasting. I'm got dual pistols going here. I got a Twitch TV, / Levelcapped TV, and also Hitbox TV / Levelcap. And I will also be porting this out to YouTube. So if if the spirit moves you, you can catch it up there. Let me see what I've been doing. As you can see, I've been working on other games in the meantime. A little bit of a technical issue means that I accidentally trashed my previous videos, which means I'm going to actually be starting hopefully in the place where I left off, more or less. So if you caught the first video, then you'll remember that I had chosen the Vaulters, and I had set up an initial city. I went back and did it again and again, and I saved as Vaulters Turn 1A, so hopefully this is going to drop us into the point where I have a city, or at least I'll be able to, excuse me, create a city. So let's watch. Now, okay, so I'm not going to watch this again. That was actually in the first video. Actually, I do have the city here. Okay, so because I was in the first turn, I went ahead and redid the whole intro video, but we won't watch that because it's in the previous recording. So here we are, the Vaulters. We have our initial city of Merowyn, and we have our hero and 2 Marines as our only force. Our city has a Founders Memorial queued and 2 Marines, and we have 2 militia here to defend the city. So, the first order of business, we really need to buff ourselves up, because these guys over here, the Haunts, there's some bad mofos, and if they come over here, then we're going to be kind of in trouble. So the first thing we want to do, I guess, is just head out and see what we can find. So let's take Judith and her army, and we'll just kind of head out. So it's pretty self-explanatory. Go out, explore, end the turn. Alright, so I alluded to last session that you get quests, and this is your quest for the Vaulters, and it usually with the quest it gives you an bit of exposition here. It gives you the summary for the TLDR folks, and then the objective. So the objective is to pacify at least 1 village of a minor faction and then assimilate them. And in return, I will get 20 glass steel, which is an exotic resource that you need to mine when you find deposits, and you use glass steel later on for creating some advanced weapons and armor. All right, so let's see. So Judith needs to go here. Here's an oasis. This doesn't do me any good until it's actually within the confines of my city. And Salt Desert. Yeah, I'm pretty much just kind of running around right now. So Merowyn is my region. This is kind of my area. You can tell it's mine because it's got the pulsing blue outline. Anything over here with the pulsing brown outline, or when we zoom in, it's got the pulsing white outline. That means it's currently uncaptured. If you remember from the previous video, my faction's coloration is blue. You can also see it here in the shield above my units. So everything that's in here is quote-unquote mine, and which means that rival major factions can't set up shop but there will be minor factions, actually. And I just ran right past our ruins. It's sitting right here, so we're just going to send Judith here. And when you right-click on a ruin, you can actually see, you can tell by these the light, rays of light that are coming out of it. Sometimes they're ruins, sometimes you'll see resources that you can plop down a mine on top of. So we are going to search this, and that was beneficial. I received 5 glass steel for that. I can't really use it yet. Actually, that was the thing I wanted to check. What are we, let's see, what are we researching? We talked about the research tree, and in playing my other game, I learned a couple things about the order of operation here. So we've got our language square running, which is important for the parley with minor factions. Seed storage helps with food, and Mill Foundry helps with our industry. We've got a Dawn officer here. That's number 4. Empire Mint is number 5, and Mercenary Market. Actually, you know what? I'm going to retool this because I want Mercenary Market a lot sooner than that. Mercenary Market, I've learned, actually goes ahead and provides for us. Actually, I'm going to reorder all of these. Provides for us a access to the trading aspect, the marketplace, so we can buy and sell luxuries and also other resources, but more importantly it allows us to buy heroes. And from my other game I learned that the further along the game progresses, the more expensive the heroes get. So if you can afford them, then you definitely need to buy them early. Thanks, Tuck Rain. I spent all day today just playing this, trying to figure out what was going on. In my other game, I'm at turn, only at turn like 80, no, actually 100 and something. But it's still going strong. Hopefully I have a feeling that I might end up getting crushed before turn 100 going on here. So we're going to get the Mercenary Market running as soon as possible. I don't have a lot of dust going, so the second thing that we're going to, the third thing actually, that we're going to research is the Empire Mint, so we can get an additional 5 dust, plus 15% dust going on the city. And hopefully that will allow us to get some money under our belt. So we're going to send Judith out exploring. She capped this ruin here. Oh, and we've got our second minor faction, the Geldirus. I haven't run into these guys before, so that's interesting. Ice Ward. They're considered cavalry, and there are some weapons that you can actually get that are beneficial against cavalry, so hopefully I won't have to fight these guys in roving bands. Usually I like to just, take them over peacefully. My first round, actually, in playing, I got to round 10 before I was destroyed. Actually, by the Haunts, because, again, yeah, first round is always the experimental round, just so you know who you can mess with, who you can't mess with, and to figure it out, what order to do your purchasing in for your advancements. I meant to write it down last time, but I forgot before I got too far in. So these guys, let's see, they're cavalry. They're okay. They're the first. It's the first minor faction that I might want to see if I can parlay with. They're over in this section right over here. So you zoom out, you can actually see better some of the more important aspects of the map. Here we've got the Geldirus. That's their one of their outposts. We've got a glass steel deposit right here, which we could put a mine on top of if we had that unlocked. through the research circles. Over here we have another temple ruin. And let's see. I don't know if this faction is going to be anything like the other faction. I learned that, spoiler, the phase 2 of the quest, I had to purchase a specific hero from a specific faction, and then equip them with an item that I found, and then I had to send them to 3 ruins in search of something else. And the problem was is that I was playing on an island, and I had already cleared out all of the ruins on the island, so I was stuck waiting on the shore until I could build some shipyards so I could go out and head out to another island. Let's see, so Judith's out of, no, she's got one more turn left, so we're going to move her out here just for a little extra. Nope, there's some emeralds here on the periphery. Again, if we had mines, we could use those. Emeralds are luxuries, and hopefully if we get the, once we get the market open, we'll be able to see that interface. So my language square is completed. Next up, mercenary market. Actually, let's take a look. Mercenary market will be complete in 2 turns, which is fantastic. Interesting thing about the luxuries and a lot of the other things you dredge up is that they actually give benefits. So they're not just, you're not just trading useless bits for money. You actually might want to consider buying some luxuries on the market, because if you buy them in packs of 10 or 15, they'll impart certain bonuses on your faction. Alright, so here's another one. These guys, they're ranged orcs. That's pretty good. You put them up high and give them the right buffs, and they'll definitely... Oh, they've got winter immunity. Now, that's another thing we'll probably run into, which I ran into the other game. Down here on the little wheel, there's 2 icons. You basically switch between summer and winter. And right now it's currently summer, so everything's, you know, nice and sunny and bright and everything. But eventually it will turn to winter, and when it turns to winter, there are certain issues that you'll run into, like food production is decreased and movement is actually decreased. So that's actually pretty cool that we've got unlocked the presence of these Hernas, because their winter abilities would come in really handy for winter time to get them moving across the map really fast. Alright, so here's the edge of our periphery. Let's just go see what we can unlock that's within our own domain. There's another temple ruins. We'll kind of just leave those be for now. And let's see, mercenary market in 1 turn. Founder's Memorial's got 4 turns. Oh, we can actually build an emerald extractor. So we'll queue that up after the Marines, and we will plop that down right on top of our emeralds. Right here. So that will be the 4th item we create, which will be good because that will start bringing emeralds into our inventory. And then we can actually turn around and sell them on the market, or I believe it's 15 emeralds in inventory gives us a 100% boost on our 100% boost on dust production or something? We'll find out. Because now our mercenary market is complete. So next up, Empire Mint, which gives us the bonus to dust. Alright, so mercenary market is now unlocked. There's 2 ways actually you can unlock the marketplace, is to hit unlock the mercenary market here in this wheel, or unlock Imperial coinage in the 2nd wheel. If you're, depending upon your play style, I guess, if you want to focus on pure military first or pure production first, chances are you may not get to mercenary market here if it's not that important to you. At which point you can either just, you know, cap this last, or once you've unlocked 9 of these circles and opened the 2nd era, you can start the Imperial coinage over there. So the market here, we don't have a lot going on right now. The only thing that we have seems to be heroes. So here's the heroes that are available to us. We don't have anywhere near enough money. We only have 82 dust, producing 14 a turn. So cranking up that production is definitely. There you go. Thank you, Tuckrain. Without the Imperial coinage, you can't use the luxury general resource market. That's why they're missing. Okay, excellent. Thank you. That's actually the cool aspect of it, because once you start pulling pulling up the mining stuff. You can trade in that, earn yourself some cash, and also spend a heck of a lot of other cash trying to get buffs for yourself. Now these guys here, so we can pull out heroes from other factions. So we have this guy here who's a fellow vaulter, but we can also hire a hero from the necrophages and also the cultists if we had the money. So you could you see the who they are. You can get a look at them to see what they look like in really cool 3D. Their gear and also their skill tree, just so you can go ahead and you can be a better shopper. Plus the classes. This guy he's infantry, so he does damage to adjacent units. He's got to be up close, ranged, and also another infantry. Plus all of their relevant stats. Now these guys, this is exclusive. I guess this means especially if you were playing multiplayer, that these heroes are exclusive to you. So if you had 2 or 3 other people playing, that if you saw these heroes, they would be available to you for 11 turns before anybody else got a hold of them. So we'll work towards the Imperial coinage so we can unlock those. But we're stockpiling emeralds, which is pretty good. So we'll hopefully have that. We've grown to 2, which means we can go over here really quick and make sure that we've got proper person placement. Right now, I'll keep them in food. I would maybe, well, actually, let's put them in dust production, only because the more money we generate, the faster money we generate, the better off we'll be. Especially, we want to get ahead of the hero curve on the market, because when it comes time for us to buy a hero for any special needs that we might have for the questing, we definitely don't want to wait around. If we're behind the curve for too long, it'll just outpace us. That comes later. I ran into that in my other game, and it just, I eventually got ahead of it. Secondary would be the science, simply because that's what we use to buy research. So right now, the cost is, let's see, 60.3, and we are only outputting 20. So we could potentially ramp that up some just to get some of that out faster. But we're going to just do what we can to get our dust production up. And I just lost my army. There they are. Okay, so let's head up over here, just so we can see. Just so we can see. I'm spamming social media apparently with all of my videos, just so we can see what's going on here on this edge. Problem that I have with these games. So you need a specific research to build mines for the extra resources. It's in tier 1 on the left wheel part. Let's check that out. Alright, so yeah, let's see, we're doing Empire Mint, we're doing food. We have the open pit mine. I guess the vaulters, this came pre-built. So the vaulters could automatically build this. So we're good on the basic mining operations. The more advanced stuff like the titanium and the glass steel is way over here, but that again, doesn't come into play until you've unlocked these 2 guys, the advanced alloys and the advanced armor. So let's see what we got here. So usually when I play these games, I find that I end up spending a lot of turns just hitting the end turn button. I think in my other game I have 1 main army. Actually, I have 2 or 3 main armies now, but most of the time, once they've been, once they've done their thing, especially on an island, I don't really end up needing a lot of armies. Maybe to defend the coast if somebody gets the jump on me for ocean travel, but so far that hasn't happened yet. The Irisis. The one thing I really like about this game is that they have a lot of neat, really good creatures. Alright, so although these ones I seem to be surrounded by a lot of potential jerks here, so okay, so I'm going to dismiss them. They are within my territory. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to see if we can't parlay with these fine folk. Alright. So these are the Erisys. Is it the Erisys? So we're doing the parlay, which means we're going to come up and talk to them and say, hey, how you doing? You know, we're your neighbors. Usually what they do is they give you a quest, and if you succeed in the quest, then you pacify their village. And if you pacify their village, you can assimilate them into your empire and build their units. So they want 10 titanium. Fantastic. See, this would be great if you know, if I had the marketplace open fully, so I could actually go and potentially buy some of that. But sometimes you can hit up some of these ruins, and you can be rewarded with all kinds of things. Sometimes titanium. Let's just check on our queue. Okay, 1 turn to the Founders Memorial, which will boost my food, industry, dust, science, and will give us +1 to influence, which is great. And then it's on to the Marines, and finally the Emerald Extractor. Oh, that's interesting. I don't need to build that. Oh, no, I do need to build that because that's the actual implementation. That's not the research. And let's see. I don't really know if I should build a burn yet, because I don't think there's really anything beneficial. There is one research that I could do that boosts dust production if the burrow is on a water tile, but I don't really think I need that right now. So well, let's just make a tour of all of these different ruins. Let's see. So yeah, we're good. We're good. I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. Okay. And what do we got? Here we're gonna head on over to this ruin here. Alright, Founders Memorial. And the Empire Mint, good. So that's a boost to our dust production. 15% and +5. So we've got now 18 per turn. Next up, more food. Alright, and Petrov Judit gained enough experience to reach level 2. So when your hero gains experience, you can send them to the Academy, which gives you their inspection panel. Here you can restore if they're disabled, if they're from battle. If they're assigned to something, you can unassign them and send them someplace else within your empire. Or you can turn around and sell them. So the longer they're with you, the better you improve them, the more they'll sell for. If you really need to, if you're really hard up for some cash and you're just overflowing with heroes, I guess you can go ahead and turn around and sell them. So let's see, we've got. First up, let's head over to the skill tree. Skill tree is how you can customize a hero. Every time you level up, you're going to get a skill point, at least 1 skill point, and you can choose from 3 different pathways. As you can see, the lines, they actually cross across different pathways. So as you move through the tree, you can unlock something which may bridge over to a totally different class. So the first tier that we can unlock here, for the class, we have Agile Mover, which gives us +1 movement points on units. That's on my screen. For the common, Indiana Bones, this gives us an improved search on ruins, so greater chance to find stuff within ruins. And for faction, for the Vaulters, we get some additional science, research. Yes, science. I guess we'll call it science. For the city. But if you'll notice here, we're under the big icon. It says hero skill, and then it has a little steeple, and then it says city in parentheses. So if I were to take this for Judit, this wouldn't take effect unless I assigned her to a city. So, if I was flush with heroes and I could afford to drop them in cities as well as have them moving around with my armies, this would be great, simply because I'd be getting all kinds of bonuses for my, not only my city center, but my district. So I don't want to put her in the city yet. So she's on her way actually out right now to go take a look at some ruins. So we're going to select the enhanced search option. Now, I don't know if you can see it in the stream, but right here above the small icon in the circle, there are two small arcs. One of them is white and the other one is gray. So next time I have 1 point, I'll be able to actually boost this. As you can see here in the effects, level 1 is improved search on ruins, and level 2 improves search on ruins. So if I assign another point to this, Judith's search will get even better. But even with 1 point, I've now unlocked the next item in the pathway, which is no idle hands. So this is a good one for really boosting the units that Judith's traveling with, because they'll get +1 XP per turn. So you can get your army leveling pretty quickly. As far let's see, I'm gonna apply. Yeah, okay, apply. So as far as the equipment goes, let's see. So we equip normally she comes with a crossbow, but we switched her out for a longbow because it helps. It gives her the capacity Flying Slayer. This was when all we knew were the Haunts, and they're flying. So if we ever got into a scrap with them, being able to take pot shots at flying units it's definitely a bonus. All we have right now is still tier 1 gear, and she's got it all, so that's pretty much all we can do. So we've applied our changes already, so we're going to close that. And we'll just dismiss. So she's still got her movement. And we're going to move her out here. Okay, let's see. So we're going to search on the ruins, and we found 30 dust, so we're doing okay. 166 dust with 18 coming in, 2 influence coming in, and we got 5 glass steel on hand. So over here in Merowyn, 2 Marines in first one in 9 turns. And what else do we got going on? That's pretty much it. Let's see, the Empire Mint. We definitely want to throw that into the mix here. So may actually, you know what, Emerald Extract. Emerald. Let's see. Yeah, okay, here on the Emerald, halfway down we've got Booster Effect. So it says Booster Effect as you collect things that you pull out of the ground. Emerald is a 15 unit boost, so you need to collect 15 units of Emerald for the boost to take effect. But once it does, you'll get 100% dust on city trade routes and +5 approval on your cities. So that's that's not insignificant when you start interacting with other civilizations and start trading with them, because you'll essentially double your income from that. But for incorporating it, we're on the other side of the map relatively, so incorporating this into our city isn't really an option right now. But that's I don't really know if we need that. I think the Empire Mint is probably more important because it gives us some additional dust income. Whereas the Emeralds, it'd be nice to have. We don't have trade routes yet, and we also don't have Imperial coinage, so we can't actually trade in Emeralds. So it's not really much of a imperative at this point. Alright, so Judith, there was another, I believe there was another. Oh yes, down here, in somebody else's territory. Still looking for titanium. I have to bring titanium over here to the heiresses. But I'm not entirely sure I'm going to be able to find that. I'm certainly not going to be able to mine it quite yet. I don't have any within the bounds of my own realm, so I'd have to go outside. The only thing that's missing from this game is a scouting class for manufacturing. Seed storage done. Next up, mill foundry, which gives us some industry. Having a scout would be really, really advantageous, just to have them just go automated and just unlock everything, but I kind of miss it, but I suppose it gives you a different strategy approach in that you have to use your military units to actually uncover the world. Okay, so we got an extra 30 dust from that, which is pretty good. Let's just take a gander. So it looks like we've gained some heroes. Oh, those are units. Sorry, you can actually buy units too. So these are not heroes. These are actually individual units you can purchase. I'm not entirely sure how they actually show up here because the boss here, these centaur, weren't in here earlier. The demons actually do pretty well. If you can buff those guys up, they can. They've got a great AOE that if they're doing a lot of damage, they can hit a whole bunch of melee enemies who are right in front of them. Let's see, the heroes. So yeah, I could buy a hero, but I don't really know if I need one yet. I'm not entirely sure how the quest chain works for the vaulters compared to the the desert nomads, whoever they are. I know their second phase required a specific hero, so we're just gonna hold off on that. But we're gonna send. Actually, you know what? Let's send Judith back up here. I'm a little worried about leaving this place undefended. So let's just get her up here, and then we're going to call this session quits for now. Mainly because I want to keep these videos about half an hour worth of time. Plus it gives me time to go back to my other game and learn all kinds of stuff so I can come here without, you know, sounding like an idiot, I guess. But we got another, the Gelders. Alright, Judith. I'm going to park you right here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to save our game. So we're going to call this Stream Vaulters, turn 14. Alright, well, thank you for watching. Whether you're watching on the stream or whether you're watching on YouTube, look for Session 3 where hopefully we'll be able to expand out, at least travel outside of the bounds of our empire, just so we can see what's out there, and hopefully we don't get attacked and destroyed, because that will totally undermine our entire efforts. But we'll have to see. Thanks for